What up, guys? I'm on my way to the Blaze, actually, to be on the news and why it matters. I appear there a lot, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity, instead of me just listening to the radio or what have you. I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to just address something regarding my personal politics, or even my approach to social issues or what have you. Forgive if you guys are seeing the sun. It's right here. It should be there the entire video as I start working my way south. But nonetheless, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I'll do a video, I'll pop off a comment, let's say on Twitter or something like that, and then you'll have people who are like, man, I thought you were smarter than this, man. I usually agree with you, man, but hey, man, you adopting the rhetoric of, like, you know, that sort of stuff. And what they've basically done is thought that they were living their own personal politics and social approaches through me. So I was there to validate them, right? And so when I didn't, there was a problem with me. It's not about them. And I wanted to address that because that tends to be the thing when you're in this field, right? And that there's certain subject matters that a lot of people that may fit in a particular box tend to adopt. But unfortunately, they think that means that everybody that may have that perspective is in that box, which is not the case. In this case, let's say mainstream conservatism, right? So if I say something that's anti-leftist in terms of social approach, certainly from an economic approach, you will then get people that will agree with me. A lot of people get attracted to that sort of material. I talk about, let's say, SJWs and comics. Now that I'm at a stoplight, I'll be able to readjust this real quick. Oh no, we're good. We're good. If you guys, again, you see the sun, that's not on me. I don't control the sun, believe it or not. Nonetheless, fix that. It's not on me. That's your preconceived notion. If I am against leftism, if I'm against what have you, let's say SJWs and pop culture, nerd culture, stuff like that, and maybe there are mainstream conservatives or what have you that are against those things, that's not on me because you thought that I was in that box, and then I let you down, right? When you found out, or you came across a video of mine or a tweet of mine or something, I was, let's say, critical of law enforcement and military, which is an absolute no-no among certainly mainstream conservatives, right? I've had the same positions in this regards. I've been an anarchist. I've been an anarcho-capitalist for a long time now, and I've been putting out videos on this, and the people that know me from that, like if you know my band or you know me from the more political side of things, this isn't a surprise to you. It's only a surprise to people that know me for like the art stuff that I comment on, or like the comic books or what have you, if I'm talking about a movie or something like that. It's only those guys that are confused and thrown off by this idea of me not adopting their positions and letting them down, in a sense, by adopting a position that they think I shouldn't adopt because, well, I'm not, let's say, a mainstream conservative. So let it be known where I'm at. I'm an anarcho-capitalist, right? And by anarcho, for those that are new to that, I am a libertarian, all the way to the logical conclusion, which a lot of people would say to the extreme, in that where, let's say, the minarchist believes that the courts, the security, if you will, should still be in the hands of a territorial monopoly known as the state. I don't make those exceptions, because those like standard, like minarchist libertarians, they'll believe that, let's say, in the economic realm, food or something like that, that's best left up to the market. They don't hold that conclusion necessarily to something like court systems or something, and I do. I don't make exceptions, and that's what anarcho-capitalism essentially is. give or take. And I've talked about this, and I've been pretty open about it. It's in my Twitter bio. It has been for some time. So it's always one of those things like, it's not me. And I have to sit back and think that we live in this world where everybody seeks validation. And that's not something that the SJWs do, right? That's not just them. It's a lot of people of a lot of different political affiliations that seek validation through other people, other entities, other groups, other organizations. So when that said group or organization, no matter what it is that they stood on in principle, it's when that other guy found out that that organization, group, person adopted something that they didn't think they should or were supposed to adopt, even though they may have held that position forever. They see a problem there, but that's not really the problem per se. The problem is with you, because you have labeled certain folks along certain lines simply because of where they stood on an issue or two. Don't make that mistake with me. This is why I've always said is that because I know I'm of a political minority, if I have not said anything that has made you angry, got you upset, that you disagreed with, even cordially, I will get to you. Trust me. That just is the nature of this. But don't go into it expecting me to adopt, let's say, mainstream conservatism, because I am not that. And then quite often in a lot of the, when it comes to the state, I'm not even your ally in that regards. The enemy of my enemy does not necessarily have to be my ally. I see things that, and I'm not a centrist in that matter either. It's not that I don't hold a position or that I try to sit in the middle of, let's say, a conservative or mainstream conservative or mainstream leftist. No, I have my positions, I have my beliefs, and I have conviction in them, right? But with that being said, that's going to come with disagreements all over the place. And you can't go into it, no video, no tweet of mine, anything. You cannot go into it expecting me to hold the mainstream position of whatever, let's say, conservative for the most part, because that's not what I am. That's not what I've ever been. I've never even given you that idea. The only thing that could have possibly gave you the idea was in the simple fact that I took a position that a lot of people that are of that ideology or philosophy adopt. But that's the nature of anything. There may be things that they may be right on, but that doesn't mean from a general standpoint they're right on everything. Or I feel like they're right on everything, or I may agree with that. So don't go into it, no matter about any individual, especially me. Don't go into it with those preconceived notions, because those folks are going to let you down.